You good?
Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everyone, to From the Shack podcast. This is episode 4.
4 episodes.
4 episodes in already. This is a podcast with me and Det, chatting about barbecue, outside cooking, eating food.
All things barbecue and cooking and food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 4 episodes in. Last time we had Liam on. I really enjoyed that episode, and I think everyone else did because it's the most popular so far.
It's something a bit different though. So a bit of a different take, a butcher rather than someone that's actually making it day in, day out. But actually a barbecuer as well, so that's quite good.
I think when you get to a point, don't you? I think, well, I did anyway, like barbecue, where you do start to think about butchery and I can get the most out of your meat. Right.
Every time I think of that, I just think, I think I'm rubbish. I might even be honest, like. And then I think, how disappointing my dad must be.
I thought you'd be a bang guy at the butcher's boy. That should have been that should have been your Instagram handle.
Yeah. I did, I did some bacon the other night.
Yeah.
And I used a slicer that my dad gave me.
Oh, yeah. I'm a slicer.
Yeah, well, I used a slicer that my dad gave me. And I'll tell you what, I don't even know what I was doing wrong because it just kept flipping 180 degrees and then throwing itself on the side. Finally, I thought I can't ring my dad and tell him I can't use a slicer. I can't. I physically can't ring him and say that.
Dangerous as well, aren't they?
Well, honestly, right, it's because it's obviously spinning and then the meat was getting caught on it and then just taking itself.
Oh, no, right.
It was taking itself back round and then flipping on the side. And every time I'm picking it up, putting it back on.
Need sharpen it.
No, I think what I should do is I sort of like was going down it with the slicer and then sort of moving it out a little bit to stop it from doing it. Yeah, whether that was right or not. I did ask my dad the next day, but he just laughed at me and didn't respond.
Yeah.
So
I used one very briefly at the restaurant in Knutsford because we have like smoked duck and different kinds of charcuterie as one of the courses. Yeah. And I was terrified. It was like this. It was Chris was like, "Oh, I've had this since I was like a wee boy," type thing. It was clapped out. There was like screws sticking out of it. Oh, sweet. So I'm not buying a new one. It's perfect, and I know how it works. And then I just thought I was going to lose a digit. Luckily, I didn't. But
well, so I did that, and I did put a few bits on Insta and tag my dad in it, saying, "Call me Butcher Deck One." So yeah,
it's been we'll come to Insta in a bit, but it's been a busy week on Insta. I've been pretty active on it.
You've been posting more than me. To be honest, because I've been ill for like 5 weeks now. I'm sort of barbecuing more at weekends than in the week than I normally do. I barbecue all the way through normally.
Yeah.
And my partner's been cooking more during the week, and I've been doing it more at weekends, but because I'm absolutely knackered.
Yeah. It's tough. I think this will probably be a subject at some point on one of the episodes that we do.
What, fair weather barbecuing?
Well, yeah, that and burnout. Like, people who just like, they look at them and think, can't be fussed.
Yeah, so, do you know what it gets it for me is when I'm not sure what I want to cook.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've exhausted everything. That for me is when I need to start looking at a different cuisine.
Yeah.
Or a different country or something, and then start, I don't know, because there's so much in other countries. I've said it before, but I want to do more like Indonesian food, that style and that type of cooking, like satay chicken more, and I want to do a bit more of that, really.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I'm like, I think I said it on the first or second. Texas barbecue's great, and I love it, but I just think cooking outside and cooking over, it's got so much more to offer than your typical salt, pepper, garlic, everything. And I'm slating it. I love it, but I want to do a bit more.
Yeah, I just sometimes spatchcock and a chicken, steaks, briskets, pulled pork, burnt ends, and it just gets a bit. So again, like I'm trying to do a few different things with it. To be honest, that's what we've done here. We've actually brought some today.
Yeah.
Because I was it's not bored, but I just wanted something different than just a spatchcock chicken. So we've gone with smoked vindaloo chicken.
You love banging.
Smoked vindaloo chicken. And then we've gone with the Naga Alabama white sauce. So it's the same tangy Alabama white sauce, but with the smoky Indian heat of the Naga.
They look like the pictures and the stuff on
yeah.
It was,
I don't know if you'll be able to handle the heat like.
Soon find out what we're. You might have to carry me.
I'll lob it. Do you want me to lob a bit on the side?
Yeah, blob it. Put it on the edge. I'll act like a child.
I mean, I'm just going to love it. I'll just absolutely bath in this.
So what, since we're talking about the digging, I am starving as well.
I'll just go for it. That's probably a bit too much. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Very good.
What do you think of the sauce? The sauce is amazing, mate.
Sauce is good. It is hot.
I have got your fork, by the way, but I mean, I'm not offended that you're using your eggs. Well,
I like it. It's not too hot. It's
hot enough, dude.
It's at the top end of where I'd go. But it's not too hot.
But, see, normally, whenever I do anything with Naga, I use like a Naga pickle, like Mr. Naga, or Daddy Cools does like a cranberry Naga, or he does his own normal Naga pickle.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I always have like jars in the fridge. I could not, for the life of me, find any.
Right.
So I found some in the cupboard dried, and the missus banned me from using the dried Naga.
It's sensitive, isn't it?
They're so spicy. The dried ones are so spicy, so she banned me from using them. So what I did was, I took all the, I sliced it down the middle, took all the seeds out, took the membrane out, and then I just soaked it because it was a dried one. Soaked it for about 15, 20 minutes. And then just cut it up and put it in. And it hasn't been as offensive as I thought.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I could eat that quite happily, and I wouldn't be sort of saying, no, it's too hot for me. But it is another step hotter, and I'd be like, it's a little bit too hot. It's tasty, though.
It's the flavour of that.
Yeah, it's really tasty. I'm going for this last big one.
You want some more around? Just to the whole podcast just eating.
That's belting that, man.
I just love the sauce. I love the Alabama white sauce. I just love like the creamy richness from the tomato, and then like the sourness of like the apple cider and the lemon that you put in it. Well, then for me to take it like an Indian style, to sort of do that, but then put like a smoky, spicy, chili Indian spin on it.
Yeah,
gives it another level and another flavour. I mean, it is good.
That might, or something of that ilk might have to make an appearance at
just something a bit different.
One of the pop-ups, I think.
A curry.
That'd be really nice in like
that's all for
like
me.
a flatbread.
Yeah, well, I literally had it with naan breads. I literally had rice, big naan. I just took I took a quarter of the chicken. I just had the leg.
Yeah.
Which is the best bit of it. Leg and thigh.
Yeah.
So that off. Straight on my plate with big naan bread. Some what spice today I was? Rice today. I think I just had like some coriander rice or something like that.
Yeah.
And what for a midweek meal for me.
Yeah.
It was just so good.
It looked
for a midweekend.
The images, it looked proper fancy. It did come across really well.
Midweek, yes. And to be honest, sometimes curry gets a little bit samey.
Yeah.
So I fancy just something a little bit different. And again, with the naan and the sauce all over it, I even mixed the sauce in with the rice and everything. It was just really good.
Yeah. I've got my eye on, not my eye on, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I'm thinking of getting like some lamb neck and doing like a lamb tikka.
Yeah, but what's that one there? Lamb ran.
Lamb ran.
It's like a pulled lamb shoulder, but
that's pulled. See, I want to do it like curry house style lamb tikka.
Yeah. Well, like cutlets.
Like chunks, yeah, and I put them on skewers. I want to smoke it first, add a bit of smoke to it, and then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next week. But we're about to get hit by a major snowstorm, so I don't know if I'm going to get any barbecue done this weekend. But yeah, I've been cooking quite a bit. This week's not been as busy as last week. Last week was really busy. I'll have to have a look at my phone actually and see.
Get on the Insta. Oh, he did. He sent me a message about doing the mac and cheese. Did you do steak with mac and cheese? Was it?
I did, yeah. Let me get this up now. My Insta. My brain's all over the place this week. Yeah, so I picked that T-bone up from Liam last week. I think it would have been big thick thing. It was almost 2 inches thick.
Yeah,
and I reversed that on the Kamado. There's a reel out there with it on. And we had that between us, me and my missus.
with mac and cheese.
With mac and cheese, which I got the Hawksmoor recipe.
See, I normally just used I always use the BBC Good Food recipe, and it's just quite a simple recipe. I think the secret to a good mac and cheese, if I'm honest, is don't go as heavy on the pasta, because then it's more saucy and creamy, and
you want it saucy.
So whenever the recipe says like 250 grams or 300 grams, I'll tone it back to 200 odd. I'll just tone it back because I think it's better having a bit more.
I always try. When I'm making the sauce, I do the opposite. So instead of toning back on the pasta, I just double up on
the sauce.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah,
and because I love it just saucy.
How do you find when you reheat it though? It never works, does it?
Don't reheat, right?
It never works. It's always like dead dry.
Yeah.
Even however much you do it like that, whenever you come to reheat it, you have to just put a bit more milk in it.
So the way I used to do it at Big and Pitchfork, because we had it on the menu quite a lot. Not all the time. It wasn't constant. Probably 70% of the time we had mac and cheese on. It was a faff. That's why I wasn't always on. I'd cook the macaroni separate.
Yeah.
And then I'd put a bit of oil in it and keep it separate, seal container.
And that stops cheese sauce sticking together.
I have a cheese sauce separate, and then just before service, I'd put it in one of the metal dishes, mix it all together, put our crispy toppings on, and then whack it in the pizza oven just to bring it back.
To be honest, that's quite similar to how I do it anyway.
Yeah, it was like just fresh every time.
That's how I do it. I always cook my pasta, make it like a bechamel cheese, mix it together, toppings on, bang it straight in the oven.
Yeah. I've tried so many different mac and cheese recipes.
But you think this one's the one of the best?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it would keep, because there's the way that I used to make my cheese sauce when I did it separate was I used what's it called? Thingy milk in the tin.
Condensed milk.
Really? Yeah, keeps it smooth, keeps it liquid. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you the science behind it, but it works.
So my missus uses the condensed milk to do fudge.
Mm-hmm.
She makes a lot of fudge.
I like fudge.
Yeah, no.
I
will do it. I'll request it when I get home.
I love a bit of fudge.
Yeah, she makes some really good ones.
Fudge.
Yeah, she makes some really, really, really good ones. We had my sister's baby shower the other week, and I took the Blackstone up and cooked burgers for everyone. Just nothing fancy, just brioche bun, meat patty, just like a thin meat patty, which I smashed down, pickles, pickled red onions, burger sauce, bit of lettuce. Yeah. So nothing too fancy. But I think I always think that them types of burgers with that sort of makeup is the best burgers. I always find.
I agree.
I do.
I'm like that with dogs as well.
Random. Yeah, I'll sauce.
Ketchup, mustard.
Cast and ketchup.
Yeah, and maybe a bit of onion on top.
I like fresh onions on them.
Yeah.
So we did that, and Rebecca actually done a lot of different types of fudge. So she did like Kinder fudge.
Nice.
Kinder, there was M&M's. There was about 3 or 4. All banging to be fair, but all made out of condensed milk in the slow cooker.
Yeah. I had no clue. I have no clue how you make fudge. I assumed it was something like caramel, but I don't know.
Well, all I see that she buys is chocolate and condensed milk and puts it in the slow cooker.
Right, and it works.
Seems to work.
Is it a soft one or is it like a crumbly one?
No, it's more of a soft type.
Soft?
Yeah, not like a crumbly one.
Because you can
try and do it in the barbecue. Wonder if you could do it in barbecue.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Give it a little smoky flavour.
A little bit of salt, a little bit of smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Salted caramel flavour, that'd be nice. But yeah, no, it's use condensed milk in it when I want it to last, and I'm doing it separate like that. But if you're just doing it for your family, you're not thinking about doing it separate and how am I going to reheat it. So I used the Hawksmoor recipe from their book. It's online as well, I think. And if you've not tried it, I would highly recommend you give it a go because it is absolutely banging. My youngest, Daisy, she is like Mrs. Mac and Cheese. Yes, but which one's for dinner? Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
That's all.
Mine is like that, but with spaghetti carbonara.
I think
it's a similar thing with pasta and a creamy sauce.
Yeah,
I think kids just love it.
Yeah, but she said that was the best one. But she said, and I've made loads for her.
Yeah, I'll have to try.
Put bacon in it. That was only different. So like crispy bacon.
Nice.
Put some in with the sauce when I mixed it all together, and then left some just to cover the top. And I think I put panko on it as well. Nice. So panko, crispy bacon. Put it back under the grill.
Panko is the bread without the crusts.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah. Like Japanese breadcrumbs, crispy stuff.
So what about your steak then? What did you do with your steak? Because I did cook a steak.
Reverse it. So just brought it up to
What seasoning did you put on it? Did you put
salt.
just salt?
Just salt. That's it.
Yeah. So I did a steak. I did a couple of steaks, ribeye and a sirloin. I did just salt.
Because we mentioned this last time, didn't we?
Yeah. So I did go away and I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm just eating burnt pepper.
Yeah.
So I went away and I did just salt, and I thought I prefer it with pepper.
Yeah.
I must just like the taste of burnt olive pepper. So I mean, yeah, I like a rub on it.
Yeah.
I like the black magic.
Yeah.
That's what I like on it. I just think it adds another level of flavour. Whether I burn it or not, I don't know.
So I mean, my barbecue got very hot on this. I let it get super hot. I think it was like 400 degrees or something stupid like that. But yeah, just salt. I salted it. So I salted it the day before. Left it in the fridge.
Inside, I think osmosis.
Yeah, osmosis. Left it in the fridge overnight. Took it out. Salted it when I was reverse searing it.
Yeah.
Direct. Salted it again. Turned it halfway through. Salted it, and then salted it again when it went on the grill, and it was banging. But again, what I would say, I think it's dead easy to fall into those mindsets of, like, we just had that conversation and you're like, I think I prefer it the other way. I like to just...
It's personal preference.
There's no right or next time I do it, I'll probably put black magic on it, or I'll probably put some sort of rub on it.
Yeah, but I did it just salt because I always just go with black magic.
Yeah.
Because I just think it tastes dead good on beef. So
yeah.
I always go with black magic. So I just thought, you know what, we've been talking about it. I thought, I better try something new.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest as well, I used like thick salt crystals where probably should have been a little bit thinner crystals.
I would probably, if I was getting like a supermarket steak, I probably would go with a rub. But because that was such a, like, sort of showstopper piece of steak, I thought, I'm going to let the steak sing and I'm just going to put salt on it. Yeah. And it was.
I love a T-bone. I really do like a T-bone. However, my favourite steaks are ribeye. So I love a T-bone, but my favourite steaks are ribeye. And I don't particularly like fillet, if I'm honest. The missus likes fillet. I'm not.
I'll eat it, but it's like that. I sort of said to her, you can have the fillet, I'll have the salt. We ended up mixing it, but it's metallic. It tastes metallic as well, I think.
Did you slice it? Pre-slice it?
Yeah, pre-slice it.
Take it off the bone.
Off the T-bone.
Slice.
Yeah, done it all. And what did we have? I did some chard, vine tomatoes, the mac and cheese. Oh, and I also did the Hawksmoor cream spinach.
See, for me, ultimate steak side, cream spinach.
It's banging.
It is my absolute favourite. And it's so easy to do as well.
Well, add
the spinach and add it to a bechamel sauce.
I have my recipe that I use, but I was flicking through the Hawksmoor book and I seen it and I thought, I'll try theirs.
Because I've had it. The first time I had it was in Hawksmoor.
It's up there. It's got anchovies in it.
The first time I had cream spinach was in Hawksmoor. So, again, since I've had that, every time I'm having steak at home, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, I say every time. If I'm cooking steak at the weekend, I'll do the cream spinach. If I'm doing it in the week, I'd probably just do chips and not bother with any fancy sides because bit of time and stuff.
Yeah. I did that. Really good. Again, try that off the Hawksmoor book. It's got anchovies in it. Don't be scared of it. It elevates it to another level. It's delicious.
Because of the salt.
And then I did triple cut chips. Chips were banging.
I like triple cut chips.
Chips were banging. You can't eat a lot of them though.
What did you do? Did you boil them?
Boiled them.
Cool down.
Yeah, so boiled with
hard fry,
white vinegar and beef stock.
Really? Just to get some additional flavour?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
White vinegar, beef stock, because I boiled them. Took them out, let them cool, put them in the fridge, and pre-fried them at, I think, 130, 140 for about 10 minutes.
So you do just to get a little
bit of colour and cook them.
Yeah.
And then took them out, let them cool, put them in the freezer. Then that was it. And they were just waiting till the steak was ready. When the steak was resting, put them back in the fry. It was just like having frozen chips then. They come out of the freezer, whack them in. They're done in 2-3 minutes.
Interesting.
They were banged in. But you couldn't eat a lot of them.
Because of the richness.
So fatty, yeah. They're so fatty. You know when you get them crunchy chips and you bite into it and like literally oil seeps out. That's what they were like. They were just, and I think that's probably to do with obviously the first fry, the soaking up fat, and then you're locking it in on the second fry, aren't you?
Interesting.
But yeah, delicious. Really filling.
Was that not in the little small book, or was that that was your own concoction?
That's just my own thing. Yeah, I can't remember.
Charred food, triple chips.
I don't know. I can't remember when it was. I started to put wine, but you know what it was? I seen somebody. This must have been 2-3 years ago. It was an American content creator. This lady, and she was really annoying. Like really annoying. Like, hey, no, that's all in top. But she was making mashed potato. And I love
pioneer woman.
I love.
This is so much. Oh, maybe that's Nina.
Nah, I don't know who she was.
I must watch the Food Network too much.
I don't know. But she said put white vinegar in your potatoes. It'll change your life. I thought I tried it and I was like, she's right. Jesus,
really?
It's mega main. So
to do this.
Mashed potatoes, boiled potatoes, chips.
I feel like I go home with homework after these.
A little bit of white vinegar. It doesn't make them taste vinegar. You can tell it's there
because you're
looking for it. It's just that. But it's also supposed to do something to the actual potato as well. So it's not just for flavour. I think it helps with the it's something to do with the outside, so it fluffs up more.
Really?
Yeah, it gets more craggy.
Well, I'm gonna have to. It's another one. I'm gonna have to go on Google.
So I had that. What else did I have?
I did a sandwich during the week. I really enjoy sometimes just having something as simple in the week as a sandwich, because I have so much leftover barbecue, leftover chicken, stuff like that. It's just quite easy to pull out of the freezer and just add it. You know, I did a smoked turkey the other week, and I did a sourdough baguette with the smoked turkey, cranberry stuffing, and then I thought this week, when I've cured the bacon and I've cold smoked the bacon, I thought, what can I use it for? And one of my favourite sandwiches, again with a part baked sourdough, one of my favourite ultimate sandwiches is the brie, bacon and cranberry. Just that on a warm sourdough. With again, I had the rosemary and thyme bacon, which I cured myself, and then cold smoked. For me, it's up there.
Banging.
It's up there. I know it's like a little bit Christmassy, and we're not at Christmas yet, but we're nearly there now.
We're nearly there. We're having this conversation with my wife and kids. I'm like, it's still November, it's not Christmas yet, but I'm getting outvoted big time. But all the stuff on Instagram has started for Christmas. We've got our 12 days of Christmas coming up.
We have.
Which is going to be pretty cool.
Got a few guests.
Do
a few ourselves.
Yeah.
Going to do a collab together.
Yeah, together. Cook along with Ulk and Steve. Would all go past it.
Yeah. I think we should do the pod recipe, the pod from there.
Live.
We'll
have to see if I can work out how it'll work.
What, the acoustics in the shack? In the actual shack?
Actually making it work.
Good. That's what I want to do. I want to do it from the actual shack.
I do want to do a lot of stuff like that.
It'll be freezing, like.
It will be cold. But we'll see what it's like weather-wise closer to the time. And if I'm able to get my head around how it would work. But yeah, if it can work, we'll do it. The other thing I did, I can't remember if I spoke about this on the last one. I'd done the lamb shanks on the last one.
No. I did get mixed up with what I've cooked.
I know, I do. But I did the lamb shanks. That's probably one of my favourite dishes. A, to cook.
That was with the salsa verde.
Yeah, and B, to eat this year. It was delicious. It was banging. So I did it
in November as well. So I mean, that's a statement.
Yeah, it was. I knew it was going to be good because all the flavours I knew worked, but it was just, it was unbelievable. My missus loved it. She was saying, "Why hadn't I done that before?" So it was lamb shanks, smoked first with hickory.
I like the flavour of hickory. I've said this before. I actually really like the flavour.
Really good. And then braised. Back in the barbecue and braised, so covered and braised. Just
again, it's like a foolproof method. Smoke and braise.
You can't go wrong.
You will get a really good barbecue.
Yeah. Really soft and really tender. Just what you want from a lamb shank. And I served it with cold cannon. Greens.
What is cold cannon mash? Is that spring onion and mash?
So it's mashed potato, cabbage, and I use shallots because I was being fancy.
Is there no cheese in it?
No, you can. To be honest, you can put what you want on it.
It's like an Irish mash.
Depending which part of Ireland you go to. Yeah. You'll get a different recipe. You can put what you want on it, but I keep it pretty simple. I do buttery mash, put cabbage in it, and then run some shallots through it. Loads of butter, loads of salt. It's delicious. I did some buttered greens, then the lamb shank. Made this lamb sauce from the cooking liquor, which just took forever, but was well worth it.
What do you have to do? Reduce it right now?
Just keep reducing it, strain it, reduce, adding loads of butter just to make it really silky. And then I made like a minted salsa verde. That was it. And it was, mate, everything just worked. Everything just worked. Salsa verde was really sharp because lamb's...
And I was just eating something, but that making me... Because I don't really get to eat lamb.
Lamb is really fatty, isn't it? It's a fatty meat. Like,
loads of flavour. It's got such a distinct...
Yeah, it's mega. Even when you get a lean piece of lamb, it's fatty, it's oily, it's like a greasy meat, it's nice. So that salsa verde just cut through it, because there's a lot of butter in the colcannon as well, so it could have been quite...
Yeah, so with the mint and the...
it was mega.
The vinegary side of the salsa.
Someone actually tried it. There was a lad, I do apologise if you're listening, that I forgot your name. I will remember for the next pod.
He sent you a message.
He sent me a message that he tried it and he'd done it and it looked banging. I was like, I was buzzing that someone give it.
Someone had actually done it.
Yeah, but yeah, that there was a few more, but you know, we'd be here all day talking about what I've cooked.
Yeah, I had a few people having a message me about they've done the flying.
Yeah.
The feather blade. They've done, you know, and they've done it literally as we cooked it for the...
Yeah. Well, the lad who came to Sanchez, he was doing it this weekend, I think.
Was he?
Yeah. He said he picked it up. He's going to do it this weekend. So I told him to let us know how he gets on.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, feather blade. We should have a steak in feather blades. Pun intended.
It's actually, to be honest, it's probably a bit of an Instagram fad at the moment, feather blades. I mean, I'm taking part in that fad, obviously.
Yeah, you
I've well taken part in that.
Definitely milk that cow. And into work, and the feather blade.
I got on feather blade.
I'm actually going to cook some feather blade between now and Christmas, I think. I just fancy some. I nearly got that brisket out of the freezer.
I should just do it.
I am going to do it. I'm going to do it. I might do it, Jan.
So, I mean, you're talking about brisket. I did see that Meat Smith on Instagram did a bruschetta, but made a pastrami.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like the idea of that. And it looked amazing, to be fair. I fancy that.
I think the bruschetta...
I want to do it for one of our pods.
Feather blade, aka flat iron, whatever you want.
Wherever the bruschetta is, whatever this new cut is.
Yeah.
I'd like to do it.
This new part of a cow that's suddenly...
I'd love to do it on one of our pop-ups.
Yeah.
So I would love to do it because it goes so well. The saltiness goes so well with like the sauces that you make.
Yeah.
And the sourness and the pickles, it just goes really well.
Yeah.
I love anything like salt beef patty.
Yeah. I mean, I'd never say no.
It's just the feasibility about doing it. That's all.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do it in large volume.
Well, now you know how to work a slicer as well. We'll be all right. That's the thing as well. I think it is a lot better when you can slice that really thin sandwiches.
It is.
It makes a big difference to the texture. I think when it's a big, it's still nice, but when it's that just like thick piece.
I don't know how to slice hot them on the slicer. Because I have to, whenever you do bacon, I cool it down in the freezer for an hour and then go because it's so difficult.
I mean, you could always cool it, slice it, and then flash it.
Maybe.
Because if you cut it thin, that'll heat back up like that.
Fun to think about for one of the next pods.
Yeah.
But it is one that I want to do. I want to do some sort of Reuben, but not scare people because they don't like sauerkraut.
Just don't tell them what it is. Don't say it's sauerkraut. Just say it's cabbage. I think the word sauerkraut is what scares people. They go, oh, that's weird. It's like a harsh word, and I think it just puts them on.
Just maybe not call it a Reuben then.
Yeah.
The Chardar.
The Declan.
Yeah. What's on that? That's basically a Reuben.
Yeah, it's a Reuben that we just
it's a Reuben that we just don't want to tell you what's in it because you might not like it.
But you can't go wrong with a Reuben. I mean, Reubens are banging, and I've not done enough of them this year.
No, I haven't. I did with the leftover pastrami that I had. I did a corned beef hash. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. Like
I was going to do some Reuben sandwiches with that beef rib that I made into pastrami, but that's delicious. I just ended up eating it. That's it.
So what this week cooking then?
Yes,
I've noticed a bit of a difference. I've used some of the Glow Baltic charcoal.
Yeah.
And I normally am 100% Grado Joe big block.
Yeah.
Which I still think they're both pretty good.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised how quick the Glow Baltic heated up.
Yeah.
I chucked 2 firelighters in and was expecting a 25-minute, 30-minute come up to temp, and I was looking for about 130 for a bit of a smoke. And I come back after 15 minutes and I think I was at 200 degrees near enough.
It is quite.
I had to really close all my vents down before I put anything on, and wait a good 20 minutes to bring the temp down, because I'd overshot really.
Yeah. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna say I'm right, you're wrong if you don't use Glow Baltic, because there is other.
I always use big block. I always use big block because again, I just think it's got massive chunks, and you'll get you'll get 18 hours out of a basket. Again, I went through a stage of liking Big K.
Yeah.
I used to like the Big K restaurant grade for any long cooks, and then I loved they did an apple charcoal for any quick cooks, any grilling. Yeah. So I would use like the apple charcoal for the grilling, and then the restaurant grade for the long cooks. And again, now I'm obviously using a little bit of Glow Baltic, which again, they're all, I think, as long as you get a decent restaurant grade, they're all pretty good.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff out there. I found Glow Baltic a good few years, but I think it was just after, in fact, it was before lockdown. And I know it was before lockdown because I'd done a big order to see me through, because I knew lockdown was coming. So it was just before, and it made my, back then I wasn't as experienced barbecuing, cooking with fire, building fires,
Yeah.
And it just made my life a lot easier. It did what it was supposed to do. I had that many charcoals where it was taking ages to light. It wouldn't get hot. It would light. I'd open the vents. It just wouldn't get hot. Yeah. I don't know why. Or you'd have one that would just get super hot and burn out dead quick.
That you find that with a lot of British ones. Yeah, that's my only issue. There's one in near North Wales, and I remember working. I was in Chester, and just round the corner was this sold his own North Wales charcoal. Yeah, and it was selling it for £6 a bag. Right. And it was really, you got a decent bag for £6 as well. And I think it even gave me a discount for buying a few bags. Yeah. And it was really good, as in it burned really hot and burned really clean. Yeah. Because it was so dense, you just got no longevity out of it. It was purely if you were grilling. Yeah. And you couldn't really use it for long cooks. It just burned too quickly.
Well, that's exactly why when I found it, and it was like, right, okay, this, I don't need to worry about that now, because it's doing what I'm expecting it to do, and I've just stuck with it, and I've used it for consistently through lockdown right up to this point. I used it in the restaurant. I used it at pop-ups. Because I'm now a Glow Baltic ambassador, I'm very fortunate that every now and again I get a little freebie. I give you a bag to cook with, because it's part of the pop-up.
Between the three, for me, I've never had an issue. Between them three, I've never really had an issue, to be honest. I've used Q the barbecue as well. Yeah. Well, that was all right. Pretty good, decent sized chunks. Gets hot when you need it to. Again, you get the longevity. So there's a few where I'm not massively fussed out of the few. Yeah. I'm pretty much, if I'm using either one of them, I'm fairly happy. And again, just from my experience, I need to remember that if I'm using Glow Baltic, I need to be checking on. I need to be checking on it sooner rather than later, because otherwise I'll be thinking I'm on Big Block or Big K, and I'll be overshooting the temps every single time.
It lights really quick. It heats up really quick. And it's got that longevity, I find. As soon as you master that control with your vents, if you've got decent charcoal, you're gonna be all right.
And again,
one thing. Sorry, go on.
I just say to everyone, do a few cheap pork shoulders. Yeah, do a few cheap pork shoulders. They won't. Even if the temperature swings up and down, you'll be fine. Yeah, you won't have a problem. Yeah, you won't dry out. There's too much fat in it. So, and I just think they're really good for getting the hang of temp control in your barbecue. Once you've got the hang of temp control, you're pretty much there. Yeah.
The weird thing is as well, I can't remember the last time I used, in fact, I do. We used it at one of the pop-ups just to freeze, But normally I don't even use like chimney starters, even on my Webbers.
No, I don't.
Charcoal in, a couple of highlighters, light it.
I would if I was using the Weber, probably.
I don't even use it.
Don't even bother.
I light it, could come back 10 minutes later, it's where I needed to be. It's banging.
Yeah, I used a chimney starter for the first time in years, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I used that Pro Q flat dog.
Yeah.
Again, I've been so focused on Kamado Joe and not use. I've literally just used the Kamado Joe Junior or the Joe 3 for the last however many years that I've not even bothered. The chimney starter, I couldn't even remember where it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find it.
Yeah.
I found it in the back of the garage.
Yeah. There's some sexy new chimney starters that might be coming on the market soon.
It is.
Shout out to our mate Ryan.
Yeah.
They do look banging. They do.
Yeah, they do.
He's coming up with some really good ideas. I can't wait to see what he does.
Well, to be honest, if he's interested in barbecue and always has been, and then if he actually is involved in steelwork fabrication, it's like match made in heaven.
Well, the thing is, you're gonna end up when it eventually, when it drops and he gets all his ducks in a row, what you're gonna get is a product that is made by someone who barbecues, not a company that have seen a niche and a way to make money. It's designed by someone.
It's a hobby as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's designed by someone who barbecues and cooks outside, and through doing that, you're going to end up with a product that ticks all the boxes for what you want.
Yeah.
But just quickly going back to the charcoal, one thing which I'm excited about, I'm going to use more because I've got some at home, is them new hexagon. They're made from hazel.
Oh yeah, I remember
shells.
Can you use them in the Kamado Joe though?
Yes, I've used them in the Kamado Joe.
Because they're a briquette, aren't they? For fun.
They're amazing. They're super hot though. Like if you think the charcoal gets hot, these get super, super, super hot.
And you have to only put a few in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've used them a couple of times when he sent me a sample box, and I would only use it for grilling. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it for long haul.
I think it'd be too much. I think it'd get too hot.
You think you could control it? I think you should try it.
I don't think you can. It's again, I don't know the science, but because they have that hole through the middle, don't they? Literally, it's like a flamethrower coming out of each end. It's like, you can hear it. It's crazy, mate. But it's super, super hot. I used it when I did that pop up on my own in Alti. I had a Weber, I had that on, and I was just charring all the skin on the chickens, and I was just going. Tss, tss. It was mega hot. Yeah, mega hot. I need to do some more cooks with it. I might be getting one of those indoor barbecues.
What, a Chrono?
He's lending me one.
A Chrono, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's is that a brand?
Might be a brand.
I think that's the brand. They've got another name.
It's like a Japanese grill.
Yeah, it's Japanese grill.
Oh no.
But you can use them indoors. And Clem, the guy who owns Club Arctic, he's got one. And he said I can borrow it because I want to.
Do you still need to put it underneath your extractor phone?
Yeah, it's basically just like having something on. Like,
you can't just stick it on your table.
No. Well, them briquettes end up being, it's like almost smokeless.
Because it's a natural.
Yeah, so I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to do some like steaks and stuff indoors. I'll do some videos on it, and I said I'd do some content.
So cool cooking indoors, but still a barbecue
and get a channel. Yeah. But a lot of restaurants use them, don't they?
Yeah, I quite like the idea of that.
So we'll play around with it. Maybe when I get it off him, I'll bring it around if we're on the finale of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah,
do something with it, even if it's just to do some veggies or something like that.
Quite charred veg.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I think we've waffled on about what we've been cooking, what we've been doing, and charcoal.
Yeah,
we
want to
jump into the main topic? So the main topic today, we were going to do both of us, but we're going to split it over two.
So this episode, Steve's books.
Yeah, my three favourite barbecue books, and it's not necessarily my favourite that I'm reading now. It's the three that I feel have been most helpful or influenced me the most.
Yeah,
and which I think would be really good for anyone who's just got into barbecue to pick up and do that. So the first one,
starting off,
the first one, I think was the first barbecue book that I got.
Because I haven't got this one. I haven't got Grill Stock.
It's Belting. So this was the book that got me hooked, and it's Grill Stock by John Finch and Ben Merrington. And John Finch
isn't he Weber?
Yeah, he's Weber. He's a Weber guy. Okay. So I got chatting to him unknowingly that it was the same guy after I'd had this book on Instagram, and we went backwards and forwards a few times. Super nice guy, really knowledgeable. And obviously he's an ambassador for Weber. So yeah, because at the time I was cooking on my ribs before I had my Kamado. But yeah, picked this up and it kind of opened my eyes as to what you could do, what you could cook. And again, not to go too deep into it, Grill Stock used to be a festival. It was one of the first. It was huge. It's pretty much, I've heard people say it's pretty much Black Day before Black Day was Black Day. But for numerous reasons, it is no more. Reasons that, nobody will know. Running festivals is an expensive
I can imagine.
thing, and there's a lot of logistics involved. But apparently, they were amazing, and it was before my time in barbecue. But this was kind of a book to coincide with Grill Stock, the festival, and it's a great book if you're starting out.
I know. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, quick
While you're
quick look, and then I'll go over what I'll do is I'll pick my 3 recipes out of there that spring to mind at the forefront of my mind when I think back to things that I've cooked out of it. It's basically, when you read it, it looks like when you're first flicking through it that they double up on recipes. But what you've got is you've got recipes for certain things. It's very Texas barbecue orientated.
Yeah, it is.
But then
There's nothing wrong with that.
You might have a pulled pork recipe, which is from the Grill Stock book, but then you'll have a championship winning team's recipe for pulled pork.
Yeah, well, what I just seen that is
things like that.
Memphis style ribs.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a dry rubbed ribs,
Yeah.
not sauced, which I think
It covers a lot of bases.
a McRib.
And it's yeah. But it's a really good book.
Whoever's started the McRib fad, they were reading this.
It looks good as well. The thing that I liked about
They're actually using pork belly as well.
the thing I liked about that book when I got it was it was the first time I'd seen that I read anyway. It was showing me how to make my own rubs and sauces.
Yeah, we've got loads of good stuff in here.
As sides.
Hillbilly chilies,
Yeah.
Wagyu brisket.
It's just a good read. It's a good read. It's got some cracking recipes in it.
A bone broth dip brisket roll.
Yeah.
I like a bit of that, like a bit of a French dip.
Honestly, you can pick this book up now. I've seen it pop up on like eBay and stuff for like pennies. Wow. It's an older book, but everything in it still stands up for me. And when I speak to people, if they say, "Oh, is there any good books?" That's always the first thing I'd say. Get Grill Stock because it's a decent book. I think it's pretty well laid out.
Everything like even stuff that we've been talking about recently. Santa Maria style tri-tip with chimichurri. We were talking about that, didn't we?
Yeah. It's a cracking book.
I'm really impressed. Mike balls. I've been watching them for a while.
I have. We were going to do them in the restaurant, my balls, and we just never got round to it. And then it was only I forgot they were even in there. It was only the other day when I was looking through the books for this topic, and I was flicking through it and I seen them, and I was like, "Oh, no way."
That's pretty cool, mate.
Yeah. So I
Quite impressed.
I've page marked some of the recipes, which I'll get now because my memory's, not as young as they used to be. So if you do pick this book up, the 3 recipes that I think people should try are my 3 favourite that I remember and stuck out the most to me was baby back ribs. Not the competition ones. And it's just your typical, as you can see here, sticky baby back ribs. I didn't cook St. Louis style spare ribs probably up until about 2 years ago. I'd always cook baby backs. And it was just because through watching videos on YouTube and stuff, all I ever heard was people talking about baby backs. Now, I prefer St. Louis cut
A bit on me on
to baby backs.
I prefer pie ribs, mate.
Pie ribs. I'll have to try them. But yeah, it's your bog standard sticky sweet barbecue sauce baby back ribs, and I must have made this recipe probably in the first year that I started to push myself on the web. I must have made these 50 times that year.
Does it? What's the method?
It's really basically what you think it's going to be. It's the bog standard. It's not a 3-2-1. It is a proper cook. But yeah, really nice. Just cooking them, getting really, really tender. They're not a competition rib, so it doesn't get you to have that perfect bite like a competition.
I know. And if you're cooking at home,
and I don't want it like that. I want them soft. I want it to fall
in all of the pot.
Yeah, I want it to fall off the bone, and that's basically what this is. And then just tack them up at the end with a bit of sauce, and it's banging. So baby backs would be the first one I'd say if you get into it because it's an easy recipe to follow. I think ribs are a fairly easy cook when you first get into it. What I think this recipe would do for you is give you a bit of confidence because you'll do it. You'll end up with a good result because it's hard to fail, and it'll spur you on to go on. The next one page 106, let me find it, is spatchcock chicken, which we've all done, and we all still do.
I love a spatchcock chicken. I've got to try and do it in different variations now. No,
Yeah.
that's my thing. I've had it so many times. I've got to try and vary up a little bit.
Well, this is, again, it's using a chicken rub.
I've seen that it's brine, but I've not done a lot of brining with chicken.
I think this is where I got my obsession with brining, because in the article, it tells you if you do
like
chicken with bad, you should brine. Yeah,
I'd like
it does work.
and really understand the difference between the two.
It definitely works.
I would.
I've brined them chicken legs that I did.
Let's brind them at a pop-up. We brined all them chickens.
It does make a difference. It plumps them up. And I think it's because, in my head, this is how it works. The salt in the water draws out, doesn't it? Draws excess moisture out.
Talking about osmosis,
and then it sucks it back in. So I think it opens like the pores up in the flesh, and then more moisture can get in. I don't know. But this is basically, it shows you how to make your own chicken rub. It's a sweeter rub. It's got brown sugar in it. But this opened my eyes. I'd never cooked a spatchcock chicken until I seen this.
Very easy, anyway.
Yes. I don't think, other than the half chickens we do, which is the same, it's basically a spatchcock chicken split in two. I don't cook a chicken on the bone. I don't cook a chicken any other way, not really.
Yeah, I mostly do spatchcock because it's just the quickest.
The reason that I've picked this, even though it sounds like such a sort of vanilla recipe, is it just shows you new techniques and it gets you doing a bit of butchery as well.
Yeah.
So I think doing a spatchcock chicken is a must. It'll just open your eyes. And then the last one is one of my favourites, and it was their pulled lamb.
Oh.
And the reason that I chose it was because until I seen it in here, I'd never thought about doing lamb on a barbecue. Don't know why.
It's so good.
Don't know why. It's just lamb shoulder, cooked to death, smoked, smoky, salty, peppery, just banging.
Yeah.
Really pepper heavy on this one.
When I did it, I did a wet, almost like a wet marinade.
Yeah.
And blended up loads of herbs and did like a wet marinade and then smoked it.
Yeah.
With this sort of herby marinade.
Yeah. When I did this, I did it as a Sunday lunch. I think because I'd never done it before. I'd never done lamb before. I'd never done pulled lamb before. I didn't know what I was going to end up with. So I did it as like a Sunday lunch. And it ended up, it worked, but it just wasn't what I thought I was going to be slicing it. I didn't kind of look ahead. But it was banging.
Yeah, I did mine with like a Greek style and did flatbreads and stuff. That's where, for me, it absolutely bangs.
Yeah. On here, it's telling you to have it on buns with a homemade sauce, jalapeno vinegar, sugar and torn mint leaves, which sounds delicious. I haven't actually done that, so this is a good excuse for me to revisit and do it.
Yeah.
But they're the three. So that's Grill Stock by John Finch. Some are made loads. I mean, there's a ton of recipes in it. You're not going to get bored of that. But so that's the first one that I'd recommend. The second one is a bit of a curveball. Not a curveball as such. This guy knows a lot about barbecue. He's got barbecue restaurants, numerous. And it's Josh Katz.
I'm sure I've watched him on YouTube.
Josh Katz? I don't think I've seen him on anything on YouTube. Maybe I've not looked.
You're getting the wrong person, man.
But BBQ, that's the name of his restaurant in London. He's got 3 restaurants in London, if I'm not mistaken. But he's big on fire. And he kind of, this one especially, I think each of his restaurants now do...
Is he English?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting mixed up then.
Each of his restaurants do slightly different things with barbecue, but this one has got like a Middle Eastern sort of vibe to it.
I like stuff like that.
So it's called BBQ by Josh Katz, and it's Katz is how you spell his name. So the first recipe I would recommend off this is smoked chicken thighs. There's loads in here. I would definitely say, let me find this recipe. This is one of them books. I think this book is where I get my I want to do it fancy from, because he was just doing things. This is where the penny dropped for me with, it doesn't have to be Texas barbecue. Because you do get in that mindset. You kind of think, right, okay, brisket, pulled pork, hot links, burgers, steaks.
Yeah,
you get stuck in and you don't realise that actually it doesn't have to be that. So smoked chicken thighs, saffron and orange blossom caramel, hazelnut, dukkha and basil. I didn't add the orange at the time because I don't mind orange, but I'm not a lover of it. Prefer not to have it as a flavour. But again, revisiting this now, I would definitely use it. And look at that now. I know this is a podcast, and a lot of you are listening, you can't see the picture, but
yeah, but it looks.
You know that's going to taste good. You just know that's going to taste good. And yeah, just cooking at chicken thighs is one of them things. We've mentioned it before. I'm sure we mentioned it when Liam was on. You can't beat it off a barbecue. You can spend as much as you want on your briskets and this, that, and the other.
Well, I did some this week, didn't I? I did jerk.
Chicken thighs.
I did jerk thighs.
Yeah, chicken thighs.
Jerk thighs. Oh, man.
Cheap, quick,
yeah,
and just what you end up with. I think it's because chicken in general is just a blank canvas for flavour in it.
Yeah, is it? It takes on really well.
Yeah, it's not a strong flavour, is it? Chicken on its own.
No, it's got like it's almost like a. How to describe it? It's like
it's a bland flavour unless you put loads of salt on it. So the fact that you're able just to put whatever flavours you want into it, and it takes it.
Maybe it's like a subtle meat flavour. Maybe.
Yeah. I used to just love chicken, just chicken with salt. Like if you get a decent piece of chicken, just salt, it's just banging. But yeah, try this smoked chicken thighs. This is where I would never have thought of the smoke then grill. In my head, again, this was a penny drop moment. It's one or the other.
Like I always do wings like that.
Yeah, I do now.
Smoke then grill.
But when I got this book and I was like,
you get an extra flavour in.
And you think
you get all that smoke flavour in.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get the crispiness.
Yeah, it's mega, and he's tried and tested.
Yeah,
this is a guy who owns restaurants as a chef. Again, just gives you that bit of confidence. And then the next recipe in here, I'm going to try and fly through these. I don't want to drag too long on them. Is the pork belly. Again, I'd never had pork belly on the barbecue. I'd never had that much pork belly up until I read this book.
It's really fatty, but it's so good.
Yeah, it's like with a pineapple salsa. It's like your typical.
Again, pineapple salsa.
Yeah, it's mega.
But the thing is, with pork belly, burnt ends and stuff like that, you can do so much with it.
Yeah.
Like I really, really want to do jerk pork belly.
Yeah.
Jerk pork belly with like a jerk sauce, a jerk glaze with hot honey, and then like just finish with a jalapeno on top.
Yeah. And this,
or a little bit of pineapple salsa on top of it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be.
I don't love pineapple, but I like pineapple salsa. It's weird.
I think it's when you burn it and you cook it as it takes on different flavor.
Yeah, so that's a weird thing. I'm not a lover of it.
It's like charred. It takes on a really different flavor. Right?
Yeah, yeah. But again, this recipe has like a Turkish twist to it, so it's going down that Middle Eastern sort of with the sauce and the rub. And it did taste that way. It did taste like something that was you got in a Middle Eastern restaurant somewhere. It wasn't a flavor that I'd made at home before. And pork belly, I just opened my eyes to pork belly because I'd never even done pork belly burnt ends up to that point because I was just thinking, well, what's the difference? It's just like it's pork. I always thought pork was pretty bland. Do not think that now, by the way. Don't come at being pork people. Like, I love pork, but at that time, it was all about the brisket and all about that kind of barbecue.
I prefer pork belly burnt ends and brisket burnt ends, by the way.
Yeah, I do. I
love that into sweet beef.
I love pork belly now. Love it.
We should do it on a pop-up as well.
Yes.
Been saying it for a while.
100%.
Maybe give people like 4 cubes or something.
Yeah. If we don't eat it all like we do in hot links.
Yeah, just like smashing them in. I'll be happy. I mean, I'm just absolutely scrolling them.
The last recipe from this book, again, there is loads in it. Pick this book up. It's mega. But the last one is barbecue lamb chops with like cumin. And again, it's going down that Middle Eastern kind of route. I love lamb chops anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to eat about 10 of them because they're tiny, but I love lamb chops. And just, other than, when you used to go to like an Indian takeaway and you get them lamb chops and like the char on them, you're never able to recreate that at home. But then on a barbecue, I don't know why. I just didn't think, well, I can do that now. I can do that. And it was only when I did this, and anchovies as well, kind of opened my eyes to using anchovies.
Because there's basically salt.
Because
but you know what? Wasn't he like a salt tax in France or something? So everyone just used to use anchovies.
Anchovies, yeah. And the fish, you unless you put loads in, you don't get that. It's just a seasoning. It's just the way it's seasoned your meat without using salt.
I've never really used anchovies. Do they still have bones in?
No. I don't think they have bones. It's like grizzle. I think they're so small and tender. I'm assuming there's no bones in them anyway.
Because that's always what thingies me, and I think
No.
Have they got?
Some people just eat anchovies on toast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've only ever used them in recipes.
Is this what you're going to take away from this? You're going to try anchovies?
I might try it actually. I don't.
I'm not going to eat anchovies.
It doesn't appeal to me to eat them that way.
No.
But I'll give anything a go. But yeah, so this is like lamb chops, cumin, lemon, anchovy, yogurt. Delicious, mate. Don't tell me you wouldn't eat those.
No.
I'm
just making myself more and more hungry. I might just start eating this sauce.
So that's book number 2 that I would recommend. BBQ. And probably like you, I'm a bit of a book collector now for barbecue food.
Yeah, I've got quite
fire cooking. I couldn't gone on for hours and hours.
I've got this next book.
Yeah.
However, I do fancy the grill stock book, so I might get the grill stock book now.
Well, the reason I chose this, there's multiple reasons why I chose this one. I just don't think we could talk about barbecue cookbooks without mentioning Marcus Borden.
Yeah, I think that was my first barbecue cookbook. Yeah. And you know what? My favourite recipe in that book is? It's the chicken thighs.
It's not one of them.
With the Alabama white sauce. That was my first introduction to Alabama white sauce. It's so good.
I think Marcus there's probably a lot of people who can say my first introduction, fill in the blank, is probably because of Marcus.
I'm just trying to think now what else. I also like the meatball recipe in there.
Yeah, I've not done that one.
It's pretty good. It's like a tomato barbecue sauce that you cook on the barbecue.
Yeah.
And then you put like jalapenos, and cheese on the top and bake it off. It's pretty good.
I've not done, to be fair, there's loads of recipes in here that I'm yet to do. Like every time I open it, I flick through and I go, I'm going to do that.
It's one of the books that I have actually cooked more of the recipes in. Yeah. So sometimes you buy barbecue books and you might make 1 or 2 recipes and then you forget about it. But that is a book that I go back to time and time again. Again, there's loads in there. There's a chimichurri bread.
There is, yeah. That's him. That is Bell.
I've done quite a few of them recipes in there. I think there's a pork with thyme in there.
Right.
Pork with thyme and peach or something.
The peach, he likes his peaches.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does a campfire chili or something in there as well. Again, they're all absolutely banging.
Well, if you get this book, you should get this book by Marcus, Food on Fire. The good thing about it as well, if you're new to barbecue, before you even get into the recipes, he's talking about fire management, how to build your fire, what different charcoals do different stuff, indirect, direct cooking and that kind of stuff. So it's a good book to get. It ticks all the boxes, does everything.
I'm quite interested to see what your actual recipes
are. My recipes are.
Yeah, I am. Your 3 faves. And
I wouldn't say they're my faves, but these are the ones that when I got it, I looked and I'm like, I've got to do that.
Yeah.
And they still stand up now. So the first one is a dirty steak with bone marrow.
Yeah, nice.
I don't think you can call yourself a barbecuer unless you've done a steak and you've done a bone marrow butter or you bone marrow in some way, because it's like just a rite of passage.
It just gives you some serious beef flavour.
Yeah, it's mega. It's unbelievable. And that cooking it that way from this book, and again, like with all these books, and I've said it last time about recipes. Recipes are just a blueprint. You can sort of go off in your own direction however you want. Like I think actually I took the bone marrow bit and put it with a different kind of stuff. I think I cooked it with a sirloin or a rump or something like that. But like cooking a dirty steak, never thought about doing it until I read this book. And I just thought, I'm going to give it a go. Am I going to cook a dirty steak every time I cook a steak? No, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I might do it if I've got friends around just to show off a little bit.
Theatre.
Bit of fun. But
bit of insta-fadding.
That was the first one I would say. Just playing around with both. I remember actually thinking, bone marrow. And then I had it. And I was like, now I'm like, bone marrow.
Yeet butter.
That's basically what it is, isn't it? It's like meaty butter. So that was the first recipe. We're nearly through my favourites, mate. And then the next one is fire pit lamb chops.
Is this a pea shoot one?
It's very similar.
No, it isn't.
No, it's just bog standard. 2 lamb chops, salt and pepper. What you'd think you'd have for lamb: rosemary, thyme, parsley, garlic, lemon, anchovy fillet. It's very similar. This is like a.
Maybe we should call this episode.
Well, this is like a stripped back version of the Josh Katz one. Right. And that's why, because I just love lamb chops. And this, I think I cooked these after that, and I remember thinking they're not going to be as good. but they just haven't got that twist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But lamb chops I could just eat lamb chops.
Yeah.
And then the next one, again, this is something that I've never thought about doing on a barbecue because I thought it was all big cuts and say all big cuts of meat and things like that. Because they're all the videos that you watch when you try to learn to barbecue. You see the briskets, the pulled porks.
Yeah, bigger the better.
Yeah, like Americans just going absolutely crazy, and it was basically steak fajitas.
Yeah, mocha steak fajitas.
Steak fajitas. I don't even think I had all things in the ingredients. I just winged it and went.
I love steak fajitas, to be fair.
Yeah, steak fajitas, absolutely adore them. I'd never tried them before, never thought about trying them.
I like steak fajitas.
And now we have them every other.
Yeah, we have them every few weeks as well.
We do them a lot.
Again, we interchange between chicken and steak. Again, all depends what we've got in. Sometimes we might have a cheap steak from the supermarket.
Yeah.
Whack it on, slice it up and lob it on.
And that's
really good with the plancha as well, you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like the theory of it as well, you know, just peppers, onions, bit of garlic, and fry up your steak, sweet corn, anything you want on it.
Have sweet corn with fajitas.
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
Well, I don't have that.
Yeah, try it. Charred sweet corn. To be honest, I like sweet corn. I like charred sweet corn on anything. I love it.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I had that charred elote, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
same thing.
Yeah.
Is that just steak, wasn't it? Is it steak?
Brisket.
Brisket beef, isn't it?
Beef.
Yeah, same thing. Works. But yeah, this book, Food on Fire by Marcus, has he got two? Has he only got two out?
Three.
He's got three out. So he's got 3 books out.
Skewered. And then he had another one.
If you knew, if I had to recommend one of the 3 for a new barbecue or someone who wants to sort of get the basics, it'd be this one, I think. But then when you get a little bit more comfortable and you want to push yourself and try different stuff, I'd get the other 2.
I'm trying to think what my first barbecue book was. And I thought it was the Marcus one, but I don't think it was actually. I think it was a DJ barbecue one.
Was it? I've got that one. I've got that one.
It's the one where you get 3. It's maybe a Jamie Oliver one and you got 3 different ones.
I've not seen that one. I've got the DJ barbecue one.
I think it's DJ barbecue. That, to me, was an introduction to barbecuing.
Yeah.
And I remember doing a steak. And what he did was he used a handle of a spoon, and then tied round a lot of rosemary and thyme.
Right,
did like a rosemary and thyme, and then a hairbrush off. Oh my
blew
god!
Your mind.
It absolutely blew my mind on a steak, mate. It did. It was. I was just like, where is this doing? My whole life. I've probably only done it about 2 or 3 times in my whole life, but I mean, I was amazed when it first did it.
But that's it's on a similar vein to like cooking a steak. It's a little thing that is probably a little bit unnecessary.
It got some good flavour in it.
But it does do something, and it's great when you're learning to do stuff.
It depends. Like, it all depends. If I was going to do like a special steak, maybe I would do it again with the herb brush. I do it every now and again. But not every time. I switch up, do different things. Just salt, we have a rub on it. Maybe we have a herb brush.
Yeah.
Based on with the butter, and then the flames are absolutely flying up and burning your eyebrows off. It's great.
Your hands always do feel really hot when you get in cooking steaks. But no, those are my 3 books. We are going to visit Deck's 3 recommendations books, and he'll pick 3 recipes out of each in a future episode. Yeah, I think they're 3 absolutely cracking books for whether you're new to barbecue or you're a seasoned barbecue. If you've not got them, even the Marcus one, which I think is probably aimed more at the introductory.
Yeah, I like some of the Genevieve ones as well.
I'd still go. Yeah,
Genevieve
nearly got in, and I nearly put her veggie one in.
I think she'll be in mine.
She veggie barbecue.
I think she'll be in mine just because of the brisket recipe, where she uses fenugreek in the brisket recipe and makes her own rub, and it just brings something else. It's like a dry brine in the fridge overnight. I don't know what it does, but it makes a really good brisket flavour. Yeah,
Genevieve's, which is, it's not scorched. Is it scorched? Is that the veggie one?
There's a fish one. There's charred. Scorched is one, but I don't know.
I think it's scorched. I think it's the veg. So I've got all of the books, but the veggie one is the one that I enjoyed the most of hers. Really good. Really good. Well, I got to that point, didn't I, where...
What, you wanted to be a veggie?
No, but I wanted to, like sometimes when you're doing barbecue, you must have done this where, you get your steaks or you get your chicken and that's on the barbecue, but then you sides, so you're going indoors to sort your sides out. I've done that for years, and then I thought, why am I doing this? I just want to cook everything on the barbecue.
I mean, I might just have to get that because I've got high cholesterol now. So I might just have to.
Well, yeah, mate. For some reason, I've got 2 copies, so I'll give you a copy.
So you're going to help my cholesterol?
Yeah. I don't know why I've got 2 copies. But Genevieve, you are welcome. You are welcome to my cash.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've got 2 copies. So yeah, I'll give you one, mate. I don't know.
Right,
again, I don't know how I've ended up with 2 copies, but someone's probably bought it me for Christmas. I probably mentioned it to someone and they probably bought it, not knowing I already had it.
So do you want to? What are we doing for this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? In the next week or so? I mean, I have seen what I think looks a really good cook. I've seen someone do some wings with a buffalo ranch. I quite like the idea. I'm liking these sort of like mayonnaise based sauces with the smoked meat. It seems to cut through the fat and the barbecue rub.
Well, it definitely works for wings. Wings are just...
That's what I mean. I bloody dip the full wing into the ranch. I mean, I'm fancying that. I might do a smoked, crisped up, and then just literally dunk them all into the wings. Dunk all the wings into the sauce.
Yeah. Well, we had, I'm going back to things that we cooked this week, but and I forgot about it. I bought whole chicken because I can't...
I remember you saying.
We were doing a dish. Oh, it was Anna. Anna was making a pasta dish. She was cooking one night and she said, "Oh, can you pick me up a couple of chicken breasts, chicken breasts?" I'm not buying 2 chicken breasts. It's the same price to buy 2 chicken breasts as to buy a chicken. So I bought a chicken, butchered it. That's a skill that people should learn, to butcher your own chicken. Bought the chicken, butchered it, took the breasts off. So I still had 2 chicken quarters and 2 full wings. And then I smoked and grilled them. And I made a bit of a fancy pants. I had Alabama white. So I had a few different things with it.
Oh, that's just a lot.
I did the quarters one way and the wings another way. And used like the firefly, jalapeno jam, and stuff like that. It was really good.
Lovely presentation.
I was belted. But wings just go with everything.
Yeah, so I haven't done wings for a few weeks. So last time I did them with just the buffalo sauce. But I couldn't get the buffalo sauce the thickness that I wanted.
All right.
So I might have a go with this ranch buffalo. I think getting like the spiciness of the buffalo and the richness of the buffalo with creaminess of the ranch. I think I probably could go for it.
So you're mixing the 2 together?
Yeah, you're gonna just make like
it's like a creamy
orange ranch.
Like
a creamy buffalo.
Yeah, because you end up mixing it anyway, don't you?
When you're doing the blue cheese and the thing.
So why have that step? Just mix.
So that's what I'm thinking, and then I'm going to go over to our friends at Al Fresco Chapel.
Yes, you are, yeah.
I'm going to go over to their little pizza day tomorrow. Get Kids 40 out of the way, and then if it's on, with the weather.
If we said we'd mention this, if you're in the northwest, anywhere in the vicinity of Chorley, it's Chorley, isn't it?
It's Chorley.
Yeah, head over because they always do something like that. They always have something. It's burgers the other week.
Yeah, it's always really well received, and there's you do see a lot of the same faces from the barbecue community there. There's certain people who are definitely going to be there. I know that there's a load of people I know are going to be there. Tomorrow. I like the idea of doing pizza demos because they're recently Gosney ambassadors now.
Yes, they are. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's class. I was going to say, if you ever want to go into a shop where the people are probably as, if not more enthusiastic than you are to be in that shop, that's where you want to be.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. They've got some offers on as well this weekend where if you buy a Gosney, you get a special prize or
so you're going to end up with that.
You can honestly, I'm absolutely desperate for one. However, I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I can just drop $2,000. I don't know. I really want one. I really want one, but then I'm like, I don't even cook pizzas often.
I know. I bought my uni and we said it before. I hammered it when I got it, and then
I do cook them.
I've used it. I've not used it for ages. I couldn't tell you the last time I did. I think the last time I did it was only because Daisy was mithering
for pizza,
and she wanted to make her own pizza. If she wouldn't have done that, I probably wouldn't have cooked it. It's probably been. It was pre-summer.
Yeah.
Pre-summer.
I do every couple of months I'll do pizzas, but Yeah, it depends what mood you're in.
And I don't know why. I don't do it because it's easy.
I didn't like the cleanup. Like, I always just a mess of all the semolina and that. But then now I've got the outside.
Now you're outdoors, mate.
It doesn't matter. I just literally sweep all the flowers to the floor.
But yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Is that Saturday or the Sunday?
Saturday. Obviously, by the time this goes out, it'll already have been.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we've got. I think I can't remember what we've got because it was last weekend. It was my daughter's 13th. Oh, I didn't tell you what happened to her. I probably shouldn't say it on the podcast. So she's 13, my daughter, and her like party with 10 of her friends plus my 2 girls was at Archie's roller disco thing in the Trafford Centre. So 10 of her friends come, 2 of them broken wrists.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Did the parents let stay? Or did you have to then deal with their fallout?
No, we just had them. The parents just dropped them and left.
Oh my God.
So we had to ring them and say, can you come get your kid? They broke the wrist. Well, we didn't know they broke the wrist. They took them to A&E.
Well, I mean, my daughter was 12 at the weekend.
Yeah.
And on last Saturday, and she had a big sleepover, but she didn't do it as something adventurous as that. She went for afternoon tea.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
With like 5 of her mates. And
yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. They all thought they were like, they had mocktails and everything. Yeah. All thought they were dead. We just sat at the other side. We had afternoon tea as well. Working low and meat cholesterol with
all the kinks. I keep saying stuff like, do you want me to do a barbecue here? Like, no. But yeah, I always try and get barbecue in somewhere. But yeah, that was it. So I don't know what's going on this weekend. If I'm free, I might pop down, I might meet you, mate.
Yeah, we're just going to pop up. I'm going to take the kids and that.
Yeah.
Just pop up and have a little mooch round. I think we've got a kids' party. Mason's got a kids' party in the afternoon, so it can't be too late.
Fun and games, mate. Fun and games.
Yeah, well, there'll be a bit of an argument of who's going to take him, like, try and make an excuse also. The other person.
Not set defeat now.
Take him. So, apart from that then, socials, we've still got the prizes and the giveaway run.
Yeah, so the giveaway is still running. I think there's probably only a week and a bit left on that.
Yeah.
I think it's the first week of December it ends, and we're going to pick a winner. So there's not a lot of time left. And the prize pool is mega. We've said this before. So you've got like a bundle from Firefly full of like rubs and sauces. Steve from Alfresco Chapel, who we've just been talking about, he's donated a Yeti lunchbox cooler. You've got discount vouchers and merch from Orby coolers, which is awesome. I want one of those caps now. What else have we got? We've got the Thermapen bundle, which is a Thermapen 1 plus the Signals. That's mega.
Yeah, I like my Signals.
And then 2 bags of charcoal from Blow Baltic, who we've also spoke about. You get a bag of birch and a bag of the oak and the big bags as well. So that is just in time for Christmas. That is a bundle and a half. So I would get yourselves in there. It's free to enter. All you do is you go on the From the Shack Pod Instagram, find the post, do all the normal stuff you have to do, like, share, follow, and tag people in the post. And every time you do one of those things, you get an entry. You get a chance to win. So if you tag 10 friends, you get 10 entries. And yeah, good luck, everyone. But that's on the go. We have started to try and be a little bit more professional. We've now got a Facebook page as well.
Yes.
The only reason we've done the Facebook page, it's not going to be any different than the Instagram. So if you follow us on Instagram, by all means, follow the Facebook page as well. But there's not going to be anything different on the two things. The only reason we've done it is because some people are not on Insta and just on Facebook. And also Liam mentioned that the Butcher's Facebook group had more followers than the Instagram, and he wanted to share some of the stuff in there. So that's what we've done. So yeah, feel free to follow it all. There is a TikTok account as well, which Deck is buying at a bit to get.
Absolutely.
We will probably not post anything on the TikTok page until the new year.
Get an X account. Might as well go all out.
Let's go all out. But OnlyFans next.
OnlyFans recording barbecue.
Only Signals fans. But basically what we're going to put on the TikTok is what you see us post on Instagram. We're trying to get our heads around how social media works.
Yeah.
As far as, what we should be posting on our personal accounts.
Yeah, we're just barbecuers, aren't we?
Yeah, so
we're just barbecuers. We're just normal people, normal barbecuers.
Yeah. we don't want to spam too much, but at the same time, it'd be nice if people got involved. We've had a couple of ideas for guests, future guests to come on. Liam will be reappearing at some point in the future with Dave.
Yeah.
But we've also been speaking to a couple of names that I'm pretty excited about, which is pretty cool if we can get them on. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's it.
Let's have a wrap then.
I think that's it. Is there anything you want to add, Deck?
No.
Let us know what you think of the pod. Do rate us if you listen to us on iTunes or Spotify. It does help us get in front of new people. And yeah, let us know if there's any topics you want us to cover, if there's any guests that you'd like us to reach out to, or if you want to be a guest on the pod. Yeah, just message us through the Instagram account and we'll get back to you. Until then,
see you.
Ciao for now. See you in 2 weeks.